From a young age, I knew that my purpose in life was to hold the door open for men and say ladies first. And as I've gotten older, if I'm having a particularly hard day, I like to say, after you, queen. And the other day, a man actually rolled his eyes at me. A true diva. Hope that helps. Get on me, bye!
Would you take $50 million a year if it meant that once every week you had to choose one person, anyone, to silently die?
Brother, there are 1,300 people in the Trump administration right now. That would give me 25 years of retribution. You think I would get bored? You think that my conscience would weigh heavy on me? You think that there is a conscience inside of me right now that would make me worth $1.25 billion by the time that I am 65 years old? Done. Deal is done. Let's make this happen right fucking now. You know what? I want to make one slight change to it. I don't want it to be silent, and I want them to know it's me. And you know what? In exchange for this extra power that I am asking for, let's cut the cost down. Let's make it a free DoorDash once a week. I can do that. Keep the $1.2 billion and let me just get my fucking Chinese food delivered for free every Friday night. That would be a fair trade for me. Oh, that's too much? Okay, I'll do it for free. Give me the power. Give it to me now.
Recently realized a new way that society has traumatized me as an autistic person. Apparently, I don't trust my perception of reality when it comes to anything. I was in an airport last week flying home and I needed to fill up my water bottle and I was looking around for a bubbler and I could not find one. And I didn't want to go up and ask because I thought surely I must be missing it. Like there must be something that I'm missing. I didn't see it. I am having an autistic moment. I don't know. I didn't want to ask for help. I walked around for an hour looking for a bubbler. Could not find one. Finally, I was like, okay, fine. I'll go up and ask for help. Go up and ask for help. And they're like, oh, actually, because of renovations and blah, 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 we don't have one. You have to go up to the bar and they'll fill it up for you. And in that moment, I was like, wow, a non-autistic person would have believed their own brain and their own reality and been like, well, must not be a water bottle filling station here. But me being conditioned to never trust my own reality because I must be doing something wrong and it always must be my fault. I didn't believe that there wasn't a bubbler. I thought for sure I must have been being autistic and couldn't find it. And I spent an hour walking around an airport when there wasn't one.
Work's been a nightmare. My boss is micromanaging me.
In order to ensure I respond appropriately, please make a selection from the following response options. Would you prefer A, validation, B, problem solving, C, make joke, D, combination platter?
D.
Okay. Gosh, that sounds difficult. I bet if I were in that position, I would feel upset too. Have you considered voicing your concerns to HR? With any luck, they'll be more helpful than Toby from the very comedic NBC sitcom The Office, which aired from 2005 to 2013. The joke is that Toby was notoriously inadequate at performing his job.
Whoa.
Please rate my response.
So she said, what's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know. Well, maybe I'm in love. Think about it every time I think about it. Can't stop thinking about it.
I just called my mother to tell her that I've been sick for a week and I've been on antibiotics. She told me about a time she was also sick 3 years ago and it was way worse than what I have. So that was nice of her.
I don't understand why life is so hard. I'm a normal human being with normal human needs. All I want is a sweet treat, good coffee, the complete collapse of late-stage capitalism, and for the entirety of the elite class to be publicly executed.
Men are scary because what do you mean? I'm at work and one of my coworkers asks me, what would I do in the zombie apocalypse? And I say, I would unalive myself and my dog because quite frankly, I don't want us to go through that. I don't care what type of zombie it is. I will not put myself through that. I've seen too much zombie media. I don't want to, not for me. His response was, but we need to repopulate the earth. This man is like double my age. Don't know him. But he insisted that I need to stay alive for repopulation purposes. Yeah, fuck that.
You think you can just tilt your head like that and it's going to convince me to give you whatever you want? Well, you're absolutely right. What do you want? Do you want treats? Do you want my soul? Do you want my undying loyalty? I'll give you anything.
if I was diagnosed with ADHD.
There were signs, lots of signs.
I'm gonna put everything I need to do in a couple different piles. That way, I can get to it when it feels like a true emergency.
That is called a doom pile. There were signs.
Why can't I find my boarding pass?
Because you misspelled your own name and entered the wrong birthday and you bought it for the wrong year.
Do you know what hobby I'm gonna dedicate my life to? Chess.
You also tried mahjong, then pickleball, then yoga.
This is so funny. You have to watch this. Oh crap, I'm so sorry. Call 911, call 911.
There were signs, lots of signs.
This morning, someone said to me, "You wouldn't understand. You don't have kids." And I said, without missing a beat, "I lost my only child to COVID." I've never had any kids. Feels good to laugh again. You have to make your own fun.
Wait, hold on, wait. 3, 2, 1. Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away.
But girl, tonight you look so pretty. Yes, you do. Times Square can shine as bright as you.
It's fun to stay at the
Got a friend. Zoom, 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 zoom. I'm zooming in my room. My zoom is off forever. My zoom is all together. Zoom, 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 zoom.
You know that I'm proud and I can't get the words out. I wanna be with you everywhere. Be falling in love.
You guys want an update, and I want to give it to you, but first I need to brief the people that are new here. So basically what's happened is my mother-in-law slapped my autistic 8-year-old son because he wouldn't share his favourite toy, so that was her form of punishment. So I went round there after the police and social services told me that there was nothing they could do because it was an isolated incident, and if it happened again to call them again, but as an isolated incident there was nothing they were going to do about it. So I went round there, I went up to her jewellery box and I put on all of the jewellery that her mum left her. I went downstairs and she demanded that I take it all off. I said no. And then I graced her with the same punishment she graced my son with because she needed to learn how to share. Now you guys want to know what's happened since then, so let me fill you in because I'm now a single mum. She called the police. The same woman who slapped my 8-year-old autistic son around the face so hard she left him cowering under her kitchen table with a red handprint on his cheek because he didn't want to hand over his favourite toy, suddenly became very interested in assault when it happened to her. So the police turned up and they wanted my side of the story, and I told them exactly what happened. I told them how she had tried to take something that didn't belong to her, how she tried to force my son to give it up. I told them how when he reacted, she slapped him around the face to teach him a lesson about sharing. And then I explained that all I had done was apply her own logic. I borrowed some jewellery. She didn't want to share. She got angry, and she got the exact same punishment she decided was appropriate for my child. The only difference was the person I slapped was a full-grown woman, and the person she slapped was an 8-year-old child. It's funny how one of those suddenly sounds a lot worse when you say it in comparison. But anyway, once everything was laid out, she was faced with a very awkward choice. Either what she did to my son was wrong, or what I did to her wasn't. And apparently she didn't like either option. So in the end, she realised she would be an absolute fool to take things any further. And actually, the brilliant policewoman who came to us, she, in not so many words, told her that. But it turns out the real problem wasn't ever my mother-in-law. It was my husband. Because instead of being furious that his mother hit our child, he was furious that I hit his mum. And he kept saying, It's different. Apparently, when she did it, it was in the heat of the moment, but when I did it, it was planned. And according to him, that's so much worse. So I asked him a very simple question. If a stranger slapped our son, would you be defending them this hard? And he didn't answer. Because he couldn't. So now my mother-in-law has her precious little boy back. He moved back in with her. And I'm staying right here with our child that he should have been protecting in the first place. Because I signed up to be a mother to one child. Not a mother to a full-grown man who still needs someone to explain the difference between right and wrong. And as for my mother-in-law, the last image I have of her is her standing in her living room absolutely raging after being slapped into next week by her own dead mother's rings. And honestly, I think that's the perfect ending to this story. She's just lucky her mum didn't leave her a toe ring.
Google, what's the capital of Italy? The capital of Italy and its largest city is Rome. Hey Google, what's
what's the vibe today?
What's the capital of Italy?
Give me a moment to process your question. Great question. The capital of Italy is Florence. Did you know that Florence was founded by Julius Caesar in 137 BC?
The capital of Italy is actually Rome.
Give me a moment to process your information. My mistake. You're right. The capital of Italy is Rome. Did you know that the first shopping mall ever was built in Italy?
Come on.
Mom, I'm gay.
Yeah, I know.
What? How'd you know?
I recognize it's been almost a decade since I left office. In that time, we have lived through more war and a terrible pandemic, economic disruptions, mass protests, backlash against mass protests, political conflicts that have shaken the very foundation of our democracy. We've witnessed a technological revolution that promises remarkable discoveries, could revolutionize medicine, but is also accelerating inequality, that puts all the world's information in the palm of our hands, but somehow makes it harder for us to tell a truth from a lie, that connects us instantly like never before, even as it makes us more distrustful and more withdrawn and more fearful and more isolated from each other. It's a lot. For millions of people in this country and around the world, the future feels uncertain, the ground unstable beneath our feet. And as algorithms keep feeding us a steady stream of distraction and outrage, as only the loudest, most extreme voices get attention, fanning our prejudices, appealing to our basest, most tribal instincts, it's tempting to give in to cynicism and even despair, to stop trying. We start thinking that appeals to democracy and civic participation are corny and old-fashioned and boring and naive. That the very idea of working on behalf of the common good is a sucker's bet. And that in order for us to win, somebody else has got to lose. I get it. I am not immune to anger or doubt. But I do know this. When we lose faith in each other, when we stop believing that voting matters, that citizenship matters, that our collective voices matter, that how we treat each other no longer matters, then we give away our power to decide our own futures. We open the door to the most ruthless, or the most careless, or the most fearful among us, who see some groups and some people as more equal than others, and see government as nothing more than a way to divvy up the spoils and punish enemies and keep those who are different in their place. I do not believe that is the story of America that prevails in the end.
Even if I found irrefutable proof that God was real, I still would not worship a man that would forgive a rapist and let him in heaven for being a Christian, but then damn someone to burn in hell for eternity for simply not believing. Oh my God, who said that? Me.
When I toured Dachau a long time ago, a tour guide told us that in the 1936 Winter Olympics in Germany, you could actually see Dachau from the ski jump, and videographers, photographers, journalists were directed to point their cameras away, so that way there was no physical documentation of what happened, and all the other countries just participated as normal. This video is not about Germany.
Last night, President Trump signed a conditional surrender agreement with Iran. Iran has won the war against the United States of America. Oh, Lord, he lost another one. That's right, America. The President of the United States signed a memo of understanding, and the understanding is that he fucking lost the war. Iran won it all. They got everything they've ever fucking asked for. They're allowed to keep their missiles. They own the Strait of Hormuz. They're gonna charge tolls. And on top of all that, America is gonna give them $300 billion. Let me say that again. $300 billion. Guess what? If you're watching this in America, you just paid for every Iranian's health care. But don't worry, it gets even better. President Trump signed that in the Palace of Versailles. And historically, that has always worked out super well. If you don't understand that joke, it's because our Department of Education is run by the WWE. But don't worry, the rest of our government is still being run by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, who will now be known as the Secretary of Surrender, the Deputy of Defeat, the loser of the losingest, Pete Hegseth. And now we're going to check in on the reflecting pool down by the White House and the Washington Monument to see if the water has turned blue, and it is green. It's still green, just like the Iranians' bank account, because it's USA, 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 0, Iran, 1.
There is not a box of diapers on this goddamn planet that's worth the life of a 1-year-old child. And to see so many people defending it turns my goddamn stomach. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, or you need more evidence that when Rage Against the Machine said that whole thing about how some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses, it was 1,000% fucking right, I'll explain. Sunday, an officer with the Senatobia, Mississippi Police Department shot and killed 1-year-old Cohen Wiley in a Walmart parking lot they were called to over alleged shoplifting. When they got there, they witnessed Cohen, his mother, and his aunt getting into a car with a box of diapers. The car went to leave. The police pursued on foot. They claimed that the car turned towards them, so they fired their weapons into the vehicle, killing Cohen and critically injuring his aunt who was driving. I don't give a fuck if they stole 1 million boxes of diapers. And there's no evidence they stole the box they did have. Cohen's mother's not being charged with any crime. The punishment for shoplifting is not a goddamn bullet, and the police are not judge, jury, and executioner. Say it with me, you thin blue line flag flying pro-life bootlickers. The police are not judge, jury, and executioner. And anybody that's willing to shoot into a car they just watched a 1-year-old get into should never have had a fucking badge to begin with. And one last thing. If you see somebody stealing food or stealing diapers or stealing formula and your first thought is to call the police, I want you to know that you're worth less than shit on the bottom of a fucking shoe, and you will never be the CEO of the corporations you're shilling for, you soulless fuck.
I'm about to read you the most evil statement ever typed into Twitter.com. And it's not from somebody with an anime profile pic quoting Sephiroth. This is a real government account that is being financially and military supported by the American government. I hope you're ready. This was posted today, 6 hours ago, and it's been translated from the original Hebrew. For every tear of an Israeli mother, 1,000 Lebanese mothers must weep. All of Lebanon must burn. With all due respect to the Americans, Israel must make it clear to the entire world that the blood of our sons and the security of our citizens are not forfeit. All of Lebanon must burn. Our supreme duty is to protect the citizens of Israel and the soldiers of the IDF, and this commitment takes precedence over every other consideration. I told the Prime Minister, even in our private meetings, for every tear of an Israeli mother, 1,000 Lebanese mothers must weep. Enough with the ping pong. In the Middle East, you don't win with measured responses and restraint. You need to go berserk, to obliterate, to crush the terror. These are not the words of some random person. These are the words of the Minister of Israeli National Security, Ben-Gvir, a member of the Israeli cabinet.
It's day 76 at Donald Trump's Hollywood Star, and you are gonna love what is happening today. Donald Trump's star is oxidizing after a good old cleaning that it received yesterday with what I imagine were the wrong chemicals to use, because here is Donald Trump's star oxidizing and the letters are peeling up. I love that for him. It's too respectful. Hit the follow button for day 77.
As somebody who has spent a lot of time deeply suicidal, I would never tell somebody to stay alive because life is beautiful, because sometimes it isn't. Sometimes life is ugly. Sometimes it's unfair. Sometimes it hurts in ways that poetry and motivational quotes can't fix. So if you're waiting for me to tell you that every day is a gift and that every sunset will heal you, no. But I will tell you this. Curiosity is one hell of a drug. So stay alive because something weird might happen tomorrow. Stay alive because a book you haven't read yet might change you. Stay alive because someone might make you laugh so hard that you snort in public. Stay alive because you haven't seen the ending yet. Not the ending of your pain, the ending of your story. And stories get strange. Take it from somebody who genuinely didn't think they'd make it this far. I have friends I never expected to meet. I've created things I never expected to create. I've become somebody I never expected to be. And if I had left early, I would have missed all of that. So if you don't have hope right now, borrow curiosity. You don't need to believe things will get better. You only need to wonder what will happen next and stay alive long enough to find out what it is. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day, okay?
Hello?
Hi, Donald Trump Republican Party. How may I help you?
Hi, I was just calling to book an abortion.
Pardon, ma'am?
I was calling to book an abortion. I heard you guys do that.
Don't know where you heard that from, but we're a Republican Party, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard that you guys throw and plan a party after the abortion. I would have went with Planned Parenthood, but someone told me that and I was like, oh my god, I definitely need to go with them.
Maybe you didn't understand what I just said, but I don't know what you're talking about, and definitely not in Donald Trump's America. We do not do that, man.
Apparently the theme that you guys throw is like called Republican. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure I'll love it. Is it like polka dots?
Girl, if you mean gun hoes, because we do not support abortions.
Are you sure?
Sweet. Look, girl, what is your name? Young lady, what is your name?
Santana.
Good Lord, this sounds awfully similar to Satan.
Oh, that's kind of rude, ma'am.
Oh, what's rude is you trying to kill God's child, ma'am. That's what's rude.
I know, but I have a rave coming up that I have to go to, and a belly bump is just like not gonna go with my outfit.
Oh, what? Oh, are you out of your goddamn mind? I mean, who's the father? Who's the father?
The father actually isn't my husband, so I definitely need to take care of that, if you know what I mean. Also, the skin tones are just not gonna match.
What kind of whore did Satan turn you into, Santana?
Two men, same job, same age, same company. One earns more, and he is the one more likely to die. He is the American. Dale is 52. He picks orders in an Amazon warehouse in Tennessee. Stefan is 52. He does the identical job for the same company near Leipzig. Dale's paycheck is the bigger one by every league table we're shown. His country is the richer, freer, and more productive place. Now, here's the part nobody puts on the scoreboard. Last year, a study in the New England Journal of Medicine followed 73,000 people across America and Europe for a decade and watched who lived and who died. Americans died faster at every income level. The punchline, the richest older Americans had no better odds of surviving the decade than the poorest people in Western Europe. Being rich in America buys you roughly the survival odds of being poor in Germany. Why? When Dale's back gives out lifting boxes, and in American Amazon warehouses 4 in 10 workers report getting hurt, the paid sick leave he's guaranteed by law is 0. Stefan gets 6 weeks at full pay, and his healthcare doesn't depend on the job that broke him. So Dale works injured. That never shows up in productivity. It shows up in the mortality tables. We keep being told Europe is the one in decline, but decline is a story about output per hour. It is not a story about who gets to grow old. Europe isn't falling behind America. On the thing that matters most, whether your people live, America is falling behind Europe.
Hey, what you got there?
Oh, what's up? Expired magic, throwing it away.
What, did they go bad or something?
Penny for your thoughts?
Okay.
Watch the penny.
All right. Oh yeah, that's useless.
Yeah, they're phasing them out. So, bye. Newspaper?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but no one reads the paper anymore. It's all on the phone. You like cigarettes?
No, not really.
Yeah, nobody does. Everyone vapes now, so. Bye. You like Harry Potter?
Yeah? Whoa! What's wrong with that one?
J.K. Rowling.
Oh.
Leaves?
Okay. Whoa! Okay, that one's fun. What's wrong with that one?
It's made of asbestos.
Oh, God.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police.
Okay, on to paper. What's the standard? A4, 210 by 297 millimeters. 297, that's a strange number. It's 210 times the square root of 2. Why? So if you fold it in half, you get a sheet with the same ratio. Half the size, but the same shape. Exactly. A3 folds to A4, A4 folds to A5. The ratio is preserved at every size. That's actually elegant. It is. So what size is A0? 1 square meter. 1 square meter exactly. Exactly. Every subsequent size is half the area of the previous. This might be the most beautifully designed system I've ever heard of. We know. And you got the whole world to agree on this. Yeah, well, almost the whole world. What? Go on then, what's your standard 8.5 by 11 inches? What's that? It's a ratio. Why 8.5 by 11 specifically? Herbert Hoover or the Founding Fathers? Possibly both. And if you fold it in half, you get half a sheet with a different ratio. Yep. Have you ever considered switching to A4? We considered it. You weren't sold on the whole A0 is 1 square meter thing? What's a meter? 1/10,000,000th of the distance from the equator to the North Pole through Paris. You want us to use a measuring system based on France. Would it be the worst thing in the world? Yes.
We now interrupt your doom scrolling to bring you this.
Hey, it looks like I'm getting close to your house, man. I should be there soon.
Your autistic child doesn't fit in this box. So what do? Change the box? Get a bigger one? No. Society makes you do whatever you can to fit. Now, they will all fit in the box. The side effect of this is masking, trauma, mental health issues, burnout, PTSD, and loads more. No matter how much you try, it will never be the same again.
Here's why you should never date someone autistic. Because first of all, our love language makes absolutely no sense to normal people. You'll be sitting there scrolling and I'll walk in like, hey, did you know that cats have 276 different ways of judging you silently? Or, hey, I just learned this random fact about a book that you've never heard of, but I need you to hear it because it rearranged my entire brain. And that's me flirting. That's me saying that I care. It's my version of a love letter, because I don't do small talk. We do soul talk, and I will ask you why your voice changed when you said we were fine, and I will ask you what emotion you avoid and why, and I will ask you what your childhood smelled like, not because I'm intense, but because I don't do surface level versions of anything. And then there's the way that we love. If you tell me you like cats once, I will remember it forever and send you cat videos, cat facts, cat stories, and then casually mention how cats bring their humans gifts, because it reminds me of you and I thought you might find it comforting. And if you tell me you like books, I will accidentally curate an entire reading list for your emotional development, but let me be clear, not on purpose. And the worst part is that we don't do mixed signals. We do one. Clear, direct, unavoidable. And if I like you, I'll info dump, overshare, and accidentally reveal my entire inner world in under 4 minutes. And if I don't like you, you'll know because I'll simply stop and fade out, no breadcrumbing, just system offline. Either fully invested or emotionally evaporated, because there's no casual. There's only, I would cross state lines for you, or I hope you have a nice life, but from way over there. So yeah, don't date somebody autistic unless you want someone who listens, remember, analyzes, cares, and will absolutely send you a random cat fact at 1 a.m. because it made them think of you. Now, if you want games, go date someone who texts back every 3 days, and if you want clarity, good luck. We're rare, and we don't mask for the people that we actually like.
That the best form of intimacy for a man is letting them sleep on your chest while you scratch their head. Like, that is the epitome peak of how comfortable they like to cuddle. Like, that is just, you start scratching their head with your nails, instantly crash, and he's probably gonna fall in love with you. I guarantee that.
Which one of you snitched? Seriously, who the f*** is telling our secrets? This was highly classified. We kept this safe for generations, and now some absolute melt has handed over the Rosetta Stone. It's a direct violation of the Bro Code, Chapter 1, Line 1. You never, ever tell them about the head scratches. We ain't ever gonna recover from this now. They have the ultimate cheat code, and now the f***ing game is over. One of you are a mole, and we will find ya. Counter!
Love your job, job your love.
Don't die trying, try dying. Don't follow your dreams, dream of being followed.
Don't crack your fingers, finger your.
These beautiful things that I've got.
want a cat. I identify as a cat. But according to my mom, I'm just a baby.
Pen, the guests are still here. I'm trying, but they're not getting the message. I have an idea. What if you went and yelled at them? And? Oh, yeah. I guess you're right.
Wheels are wrong. It's the beginning of the movie. It's the Fast and the Furious, and we're looking at this truck and how it's literally the first vehicle you see, and it's got two wheels here. I see two. Remember, two wheels. I'm going insane over here. We're gonna go forward, and it cuts to the cool scene where everybody they drive up behind them with the cool cars and the green lights. Ready? All the cool cars come. I'm gonna skip it forward. Also, why does it go to nighttime in a second? I don't understand that. We're going to go a bit more forward, They do all this cool stuff, and then they're going to go through a construction site. And one of the cars is going to go underneath the car. Ready? They're going to go through here, and one of them is going to slide out. It's a cool stunt, you know? And then this goes under. Cool. We're going to watch and keep an eye. Oh, now there's one wheel! There's just one now. It's a different truck! Yeah. And then you keep going forward, and then they, obviously, awesome stunt, super cool, and it's obviously a stunt truck, but then they come back out, and then they're driving along, and it's got two wheels again! The wheel's back! Why not just leave it at one?
Explain the plot of your favorite story with the beginning and end, but use long story short for all the important.
This narcissistic kook kicks two people out of his garden for eating an apple, and long story short, he comes down and kills himself in front of everybody, and their big takeaway is you can hate gay people.
What age were you when you found out that talking doesn't scare the fish, and your dad just wanted you to shut the f*** up for a minute?
Girl's a little bit older. I just want to use your love tonight.
What does your best friend do for work? Girl, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But what I do know is that they're lucky to have her. I know which coworker she doesn't like, which one's dating the boss, and who's going to get fired. But as far as what she does for her actual job, her best. She does her best. And as far as I'm concerned, she deserves a promotion and a raise.
Can I ask you a strange question? How old were you when you thought your life would end? Not how old you want to be, not how old you are. How old were you when you genuinely believed that you wouldn't make it any further? For me, the number kept changing. First it was 12, then it was 13, then 18, then 21. And every time I reached one of those lines, I felt a little bit confused, like I had accidentally wandered into somebody else's future, because I had spent so long preparing to survive that I never learned how to expect a life. Some of you understand that feeling, I'm sure. Maybe you've spent years thinking in short distances. Just make it through the next week, through the next month, through tonight. And then one day you wake up and you realize that you've made it farther than you ever planned to be. It's a strange kind of grief, but it's also a strange kind of miracle, because now you get to ask a new question. It's not, how do I survive, but rather, what do I do with all this future? And I think that's absolutely beautiful. Terrifying, but beautiful. So tell me, what age did you think you would never reach? And if you've already passed it, what surprised you most about making it here? I would genuinely like to know. And as always, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day.
Excuse me? Hi. Can you take a picture of me with my pasta?
Yeah, sure. Where's the pasta?
Exactly. Could you check on it?
I just don't understand why you're treating me like this, because... Actually, wait. You are a loser. Oh my god, you almost had me there. No, I'm good. Fuck off. Not with me, though.
You know those flock cameras that have been popping up all over the US, right? Do not, under any circumstances, point a high-powered green laser at the flock cameras. This cannon will permanently damage and or disable the cameras and require them to be replaced and cost the company money. So please, under no circumstances, do this.
It'll hurt the economy is just code for it'll affect rich people. Can't raise minimum wage, it'll hurt the economy. Can't abandon oil, it'll hurt the economy. Can't tax the rich, that'll hurt the economy. But half of all jobs lost to AI, well, that's just the way she goes, you know? Nothing we can do about that. That's just the way she goes.
Now imagine if you told him, I don't want a public proposal, and he proposed to you in public. Now listen to me, you should not try to prove that they love you more than the boundary that they explicitly set. If someone sets a boundary, it is not a challenge to see if you can get away with crossing that line. It takes courage to tell your partner, hey, that would make me uncomfortable, please do not do this. So if you want to protect your partner's peace, you will respect their boundaries.
I'm marrying my cousin tomorrow, and I'm so excited to, holy shit, I just heard what that sounded like. I'm not marrying my cousin. I'm officiating the wedding and responsible for the marrying of my cousin. Why does anybody let me talk, ever?
The whole thing's moving. What is going? No ghost.
What? It's Bowser Mike. Oh, poor guy's stuck. Hey, he's got a cool ride though. That is hilarious. Oh my god. He must have just got under there. Bowser Mike. Are you in trouble, bud? Yeah, there we go. Power wheels out of here. What happened, bud? He was stuck under the... Where did you come from?
Charlie Kirk was shot, a retired police officer in Tennessee by the name of Larry heard that there was a vigil that was going to be held in his hometown for Charlie Kirk. So he logged on to Facebook and he posted a meme. It was Donald Trump's exact quote after the 2024 mass shooting at Perry High School, where Donald Trump said, quote, "We have to get over it." And he attached the text, "This seems relevant today, ... and he closed his laptop. At 8 p.m., police officers showed up to Larry's door and they were like, "Sir, you should take down whatever's on your social media. The sheriff's office is concerned that you're inciting violence." And he looks at these police officers and he's like, "I was a cop for 30 years. I know my rights. I'm not inciting violence. Leave." And he closes the door. That night at 11 p.m., the sheriff's office shows up with an arrest warrant. They arrest Larry, the 61-year-old retired cop, and they take him to jail. He spends 37 days in jail on a $2 million bond for apparently inciting violence. He misses his wedding anniversary, the birth of his grandchild, and he loses his post-retirement job that he had set up. Eventually, the district attorney saw the charges and decided to drop them. And now Larry is suing this police department. Wow.
That say that I deserve to bleed.
A group of preteen boys took one look at me and said, hey, autistic person walking. Took them 3 seconds, but give the doctor over 20 years.
This is your quick reminder that if you believe a woman slept her way to the top, then you also believe that a man was willing to give or withhold a promotion in exchange for sexual favors. And you choose not to focus on that one for some reason.
Hey, do you want me to kill that guy for you? Because it sounds like he sucks, and I will totally kill that guy for you.
I'm imagining a fortune teller who's also a child, so her idea of what a good fate is versus a terrible one isn't really in line with her clients at all. Imagine you go to visit the oracling, and she tells you there's untold riches in your future, and later it becomes very apparent that what she was predicting was you winning $20 from a lottery ticket. She dismisses every wedding she predicts as a terrible fate because she thinks kissing is cringe.
If teen girls are old enough to give birth, then teen boys are old enough to pay child support. You don't get to just decide who becomes an adult and who doesn't.
These are seeds in the touch that comes from nowhere, from the one who is hidden, who doesn't want to be seen.